Marriage is one of the most consequential decisions a man will ever make. It shapes his emotional well-being, his spiritual growth, and the legacy he leaves behind. In a world where relationships are often built on fleeting attraction, financial convenience, or societal pressure, Islam offers something far deeper, a framework for choosing a wife that aligns with divine wisdom, psychological health, and long-term fulfillment. This isn't about rules for the sake of rules. It's about understanding human nature, the dynamics of love, and the profound impact a life partner has on your destiny. Listen, the Quran doesn't merely suggest qualities to look for in a wife. It reveals timeless principles that modern psychology now confirms. A righteous spouse isn't just a religious ideal. She's a stabilizing force, a source of emotional security, and a key to lasting happiness. Studies in marital psychology consistently show that couples who share core values, especially faith, experience lower divorce rates, greater marital satisfaction, and even better physical health. Islam didn't stumble upon this truth by accident. It was revealed because God knows what the human heart truly needs. So what does this mean for you? It means that when you choose a wife, you're not just selecting a romantic partner. You're choosing the mother of your children, your companion in hardship, and the person who will either elevate you or drain you over decades. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, didn't merely advise men to marry for beauty or wealth. He emphasized piety, character, and emotional intelligence. Why? Because beauty fades, money fluctuates, but a woman's integrity and devotion shape the atmosphere of your home. Psychological research supports this in ways that are almost uncanny. The concept of emotional contagion in psychology tells us that humans unconsciously absorb the moods, attitudes, and even stress levels of those closest to them. If your wife is patient, compassionate, and grounded in faith, her resilience will strengthen you. If she is volatile, materialistic, or spiritually disconnected, her negativity will seep into your life, your children, and your future. Islam's emphasis on a righteous spouse isn't just about obedience to God. It's about self-preservation. Listen again. The Quran describes spouses as garments for one another, meaning they should provide comfort, protection, and intimacy. This metaphor is profound. A garment is what you wear closest to your skin. It shields you from the world. A good marriage does the same. It's not about perfection, but about finding a woman whose presence makes you feel at peace, whose faith reminds you of what matters, and whose love is steady even when life isn't. But how do you recognize such a woman? Look beyond superficial charm. Observe how she treats her family, how she speaks of others, how she handles frustration. Does she turn to prayer in difficulty, or does she lash out? Does she value growth, or is she trapped in pettiness? These are the indicators of lifelong compatibility. Modern dating culture teaches men to chase chemistry, but Islam teaches something far wiser. Look for character, because chemistry fades, but character endures. And here's what psychology often misses, but Islam never has. Marriage isn't just about personal happiness, it's about responsibility. A righteous wife doesn't just make you better. She raises children who carry your values into the next generation. Research on child development shows that a mother's emotional and spiritual stability is one of the strongest predictors of a child's future mental health and success. When you choose a wife, you're not just choosing for yourself, you're choosing for your unborn descendants. Listen one last time. This isn't about finding a flawless woman. It's about finding one whose flaws are outweighed by her faith, her strength, and her commitment to what's right. The right wife will forgive your mistakes, inspire you to be better, and walk with you not just toward worldly success, but toward God. That's the marriage Islam guides you to, not a transaction, not a temporary romance, but a sacred bond that elevates your entire existence. So choose wisely, because the woman you marry doesn't just share your life, she helps define it. And in the end, the best choice isn't the one that feels easiest today, but the one that leads you both to peace in this life and the next.